welcome to MotoE, the second round of the championship, coming to you as well from Mugello. As always, two races to take you through here today as well, both on Saturday. Race 1 in the dry, race 2 in the wet. They were both fantastic events as well. Let's cross over then and join race 1 from Mugello. Three minutes to go then here in MotoE for the first race of the weekend here, the Italian Grand Prix, the second round of the all-electric series. The French Grand Prix provided excitement. What will Italy bring? Matteo Ferrari on pole position, Matteo Cassidy is second, Granado lines up in third, Randy Kumanaka is well in fourth, Andrea Mantovani is fifth, Kevin Zarconi as well in sixth position. Seventh on the grid for Jordi Torres, Kevin Manfred in 8th position, Hector Garzo starts 9th as well. 10th on the grid for Nicola Spinelli, 11th for Luca Salvadori, Tito Rabat starts in 12th position, 13th for Alessio Finelio, Miguel Pons 14th, as Alessandro Zarconi in 15th, Okubo is 16th, Perez 17th, 18th for Maria Herria, but Eric Granado, technical infringement for low tyre pressure. The best Q2 lap time has been cancelled. So Eric Granado, as you can see, as well starting in third position, but his best lap time being deleted by the stewards. No formation lap, of course, in MotoE, so as soon as the green flag goes at the back and the red lights come on, that will be the start here at Mugello. 2023's MotoGP campaign. As well, the first corner here, always exciting at San Benito. And going through Luco, Poggio Secca, Maserati, the Borgo San Lorenzo, down to Casanova through Seville, into Accobiato 1 and 2, Scarpella, into Palagino as well, into Correntino, turn 12, Biodetti 1 and 2, the Bush last corner, turn 15, the Bucane, and firing it down the longest straight until we get to the round in India. It's longest straight, certainly in MotoE. We're not racing there as an exclusive championship as well, just for the European Series, so at least we know where we're standing there on the mark. But Matteo Ferrari on pole position once again as the track starts to get cleared. 7 laps ahead of us. We all know the procedure. It's going to be quite thick and fast racing, exactly what we need to see. Red light is going to be coming on soon. The tail of the field ready as well. All electric bikes, as it's just pull the throttle back and away we go. Red flag at the back. New red flag this weekend. It's got 2 sticks either side, similar to what we see in World Superbikes. Green flag at the back, red flag gone away, all eyes to lights, Ferrari on pole position, MotoE, second round is go! Good start from Matteo Ferrari in the number 11, coming up on the inside is Matteo Cassidy as well. Eric Granado focusing in on third position. They're all on Ducati bikes, remember, as they held it down. It's almost lost an end plate coming in towards turn number 1. Ferrari leads, coming up the inside, there goes Eric Granado as well. Oh, and going out wide, Randy Kumanaka going so far off through that first sector, it's almost unbelievable. Through turn 2, into turn 3, coming off at the exit point then. Let's see what the first sector time shows as they all come across the line for the first time. It's Matteo Ferrari from Matteo Cassidy. Mantovani's got up into third position. Hector Garzo in fourth, Spinelli in fifth, then Zarconi sixth, Kumanaka sixth, Eric Granado down to 8th position after starting in third. That's what going wide does for you. Maria Herria is up into 17th position, so good start as they come down into Accobiato 1 and 2. Matteo Ferrari leading the way as no jump starts is the message from race control. Track temperature, that is dry at 22, well, ground temperature is 30 degrees, air temperature 22, 73% humidity, of course. We've just had the qualifying for MotoGP, and now we're straight into the racing action. Good exit then from Ferrari. Cassidy right behind as well. Surprisingly, is Andrea Mantovani. Oh, and on the inside, Cassie trying to have a look on Ferrari. Not going to work out there, but that's P4, so that's Spinelli as well, getting through on Hector Garzo. Garzo making a real little mistake there, just going a bit too far back into the braking zone, into the bouquet of the bush. Last corner at turn 15. And Mantovani trying to look around the outside as Garza. Look at that, Hector Garza trying to pass Spinelli. Not going to pay off as we come across the line to end the first lap of racing and start lap 2. 6 to go. Miguel Pons up into 11th position. Salvador's down as well. Mantovani's going right round the outside of the braking zone. Can he get it stopped before he gets into turn 1? And San Benito, yes he can. And Ferrari keeps the lead, but Mantovani up 3 places. Garcia and Spinelli up 5 places respectively. Ganana, Spinelli up 6. He's our biggest improver in the race, up 6 places. So gives a thumbs up there as they come back down towards Dorado Luco and Pugo Secco into Maserati. Then the Borg San Lorenzo at turn number 5. And Cassidy again trying to look through on the inside. A little bit of a lock up there as well. Just a little bit of a puff of smoke as they come down. I know it must be from the tyres because all electric bikes, they don't puff like normal combustion engines. So someone's just having a little bit of a rear tyre slide as we look at that's the number 50 as well coming on the inside. So that's the 53 of Tito Rabat up into 15th position as well. We're looking at Jordi Torres in 10th at the moment. In the number 81, just having a little bit of a position. Eric Granado on the 51 is in the middle of the pack. Can't seem to find a way through there, which is a bit disappointing. Matteo Ferrari, though, leading this race. And I'm really enjoying the start of this one, actually. It's a really interesting Grand Prix. Luca Salvadori as well on the 23. He's in P12 at the moment, and that is on the Pretty Pramac as well, MotoE squad. And Miguel Pons on the LCR-E team as well. All factory teams this year as well, so we're getting the new notifications coming through on the messages. Clouds starting to come over the circuit. There is prediction for rain later, so they're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Ferrari comes across the line. Again, he's still got the advantage. Live championship now. Jordi Torres leads by just 1 point to Matteo Ferrari, 51 to 50. Garzo's 2 points back, so the live world championship's looking fantastically exciting as down! No! And that's not what we wanted to see in the first corner. A little bit of a move, and down, unfortunately, has gone Spinelli. Oh, and it was such a good run. Yes, Spinelli has crashed out of the race. Rider okay, just turned into turn 1, got in a bit too deep, trying to keep ahead of Hector Garzo. Front buckles away. And Nicholas Spinelli has spinned it at San Benito. Let's take another look at it. So he's on the inside, dive bombing. As there goes, as we say, that was Hector Garza on the outside. Late on the brakes to repass. Got it a bit too deep. Front of the bike just locked up. Front tipped away and then straight on. Spinelli out of the race then. And that is completely unbelievable. And of course, you can't pick up a MotoE bike. They're trying the hardest, but they are so heavy. MotoE bikes. They are the heaviest of all. Still got that yellow flag out in that first sector. It should remain okay. Can't see why there would be a problem with it. We haven't had a red flag either, so green flag is still out with 5 laps to go. As Ferrari leads Mantovani, Cassidy, Garzo, Krumanaka, Granado up to 6th position. Manfred 7th, Sacconi in 8th position as well. Torres 9th, Pons 10th, Salvador's 11th, Sarconi 12th, Rabat 13th, 14th on the board for Cubo. Finelio in 15th, Perez 16th, Rui Herrera 17th now, but Spinelli the only one out of the race. Yellow flag is still out at that first sector. Hope they don't have to throw the reds. That's not what anybody wants as well. It shouldn't really need a red flag. It has now gone green with the local yellow coming out. Our timing tower staying green across the boards. New feature that we're going to try out in the future. Oh, on the inside, there's the 3. That's Krumanaka passing teammate Garzo into San Benito, into turn 1. Nicely done. Luco taking it nice and tight. Pugo Secca Again, looking good. So 4 to go. We're halfway there at the 7 laps we've got. 36.715 kilometres. 2 races in 1 day for MotoE. The second round of the Championship of 8 as well. As you know, coming to us in not highlights, we're commentating the whole race, but just delayed coverage. As we've had, it was Le Mans, wasn't it? So we couldn't really commentate on this live. Still trying their hardest to come through on the inside line. And Hector Garzo has been given a track limits warning. So that's our P5 rider who's out of it. So he's been given that warning. And look at this, Mantovani looking absolutely divine. Oh, he's twitching the bike. He's really pushing that MotoE as far as he can go. On the brakes, coming downhill as well in towards turn 12 of Correntino. He is pushing it like crazy. Ferrari still trying to have the sweep around. He doesn't want to have anything go wrong as we enter Bialdetti 1 and 2 through the chicane area as well, where Rossi broke his leg back in 2010. And I tell you what, Mantovani looking like he can have something here. Andrea Mantovani on the Ducati, of course. Well, everyone's a Ducati in this class, so that was a very Murray Walker thing of me to see. Perez has been given a track limits warning as well. That was an incredible Murray Walker thing for me to say there. First, second, third, not really surprised because all Ducatis in this race. It's 3 now. Garzo, where's his Kumanaka? Garzo's on the inside line going down towards turn number 1. Kumanaka's on the outside. He's got the drag as well. And again, Garzo cuts the track limits across the pit lane line to try and keep it into advantage. Meantime, Mantovani's up the inside of Ferrari at turn 1. And Mantovani takes the lead. Ferrari nearly rubbing his rear tyre. 9 times out of 10 is if you do that, you'll go down the deck. So right now, Torres will lead the championship by 5 points to Garzo, 7 points to Ferrari and 14 to Kumanaka. So it is a very entertaining race. They've got to start remaining calm. They can't start throwing it around and throwing their weight around. So fingers crossed it's going to be good. As they exit now, a lot of spray as well in terms of the gravel. The bits being settled down after the crash a few laps ago from Spinelli. He was in the gravel. You can still see the dust in the air. It was quite fun, actually. As now a half stripe of that dirt being on the camera lens. Surface temperature as well. High temperature 140, low at 50. And look at that through the corners. They're up at 140 degrees. The rear tyres as well, taking the much stress on the inside right. The left-hand side isn't being affected that much. It's predominantly here as well a right-hand affected circuit because you're going into the right, so the right takes the more temperature than the left does. It's not like a car where it's the opposite end of the grip. Say you're going through a right-hander, it's the left that takes the more of it. On a motorcycle, because it's the 2 tyres, it's the inside between each corner. So if you're turning right, the right gets the more thing. If it's the left gets more grip. It's not like in a Formula car or a touring car. It's the opposite tyre that you've got to start thinking about for tyre wear. Not the case in motorcycle racing. 3 to go. Mantovani leads, Ferrari second, Cassidy in third position, and they are running together. They've got a 2.2 second gap, as you can see on your timing screens now as well, to Randy Kumanaka, who's got a 2/10 gap to Hector Garzo. So the entire field separated by 21 points, actually 20.8 now as they come across the line in towards turn 1. The Ferrari's on the outside line. Mantovani's on the inside line, but Cassidy's on the inside. Top 3 change again. Mantovani's going to come back and through the inside and takes the pair of them at San Benito. Oh, brilliant racing from Mantovani. He found the way through, slipped on the inside line and got a brilliant manoeuvre. So Mantovani tricks them both by doing the undercut. That was fantastic. Oh, who says MotoE is a proper racing? That was great for Mantovani on the inside. Cassidy now second. Ferrari down into third position with only 2 more tours to go in race 1 of MotoE's Italian Grand Prix. And now Ferrari's right on the back of Cassidy as we come down through Casanova into Savelle, and then coming into Acquabiata 1 and 2. Oh, Cassidy's rear tyre sliding a lot as they change over out of Savelle into Acquabiata 1, rising up to Acquabiata 2, then into Scarpera. Mantovani leads, Cassidy second, Ferrari third, Kumanaka fourth, Garzo in 5th position as they drop down into the braking zone for Scarpella, switch it down into Paglio as well at turn 11, then down to Correntino at turn number 12 on the circuit. Light on the brakes on the inside. Ferrari trying to look around the outside of Cassidy. Hasn't paid off that time around. So we'll find the pace. We'll find the time. Almost tempted to say as well, we'll find the force to do so. Oh, Mantovani as well, really pushing it. Can he be on course for his first win in MotoE as well? The Italian 1-2-3 in the Italian MotoE race as well. This is looking a bit unbelievable at the moment. Garza, yeah, Perez in the challenge this morning. That's it. Final lap, the call. Here for MotoE Race 1 in the bright sunshine. Like a Matteo Ferrari's going to have a run on the outside of Cassidy in towards the braking zone for turn 1 in San Benito. Long way down the hill, 3 wide into the braking zone. It's going to be Mantovani with the advantage. Up the inside then, trying to retake second position. Comes Cassidy, he does so. Ferrari trying to look round the outside, gets the cut back and slips through at the inside of turn 2 at Luco. Into Pogo Secco as well. Look at the championship, Torres on 52, Garzo on 47 and Ferrari 45, so 5-7, then Krumenack on 38. That's a 14-point advantage separating them all as they come through the sector times as well. Really strong stuff here in the championship. The top 3 just remaining so consistent, so close together. It's almost unbelievable the amount of effect they're going to have as they swing back through. And it's going to be Mantovani who's got this one. Meantime, from the back, Krumenacker versus Garzo over 4th and 5th position is still under attack. Then we've got a little bit of a gap to the rest of the field. Spinelli down and out of the race. He's already back in the paddock. I'm just being told on my monitors. Still got time to find. Still got pace to find. And they're going to try. Attack, attack, attack. Push, push, push. Mantovani into the final sector now. This is coming into Bialdetti 1 and 2. 3 corners left then. It's Ferrari going to do anything to the line. We know in normal aspirated engines as well that we have a drag race to the line. Is it the same with electric power out the last corner? Or is it going to be 2 equal to tell? They go in all together with Mantovani, Ferrari and Cassidy. 1, 2, 3. Pincher breaks up at the worst moment. It's a better exit for Mantovani. Up towards the line. Ferrari's going to be closing him in. Pace after pace. It's Andrea Mantovani who wins race 1 of MotoE. It's the Italian job with an Italian 1-2-3. Garza gets Krumenacker at the line. And then Eric Granado in 6th position. Manfred in 7th. Zanoni in 8th position. But it's Andrea Mantovani winning from Ferrari, Cassidy, Garzo, Krumenacker, Eric Granado, Manfred, Zanoni as well, Torres, Pon, Zarconi, Rabat, Salvador, Finelio, Okubo, Perez, Maria Heru in 17th, and not classified is Nicola Spinelli. But it's Andrea Mantovani completing the Italian job on Italian soil. It's a 1-2-3 for Italy at Mugello Race 1. And Race 2 coming up later on today. Race 2 then, by the time we came to the afternoon, the rain had come down. The race was delayed by over 15 minutes because of the adverse weather conditions. An additional lap was guaranteed to them as well to make sure they know the circuit. Let's see then what Race 2 had to offer on Saturday afternoon. The rain has come down here at Mugello, not by the bucketful, but the oceanful. Matteo Ferrari on pole position, Matteo Cassidy in 2nd, Randy Krumenacker starts 3rd, Eric Granado in 4th position, Andrea Mantovani, our winner this morning, starts in 5th, Kevin Zanoni as well starts in 6th position, 7th for Jordi Torres on the grid, 8th for Kevin Manfred, 9th Hector Garzo, Nicola Spinelli starts in 10th position as well, 11th on the grid. That then sees as well with Luca Salvador, 12th for Tito Rabat, but they too are going to start in the pit lane. 13th for Finelio as well, 14th Miguel Pons, Alessandro Zarconi starts 15th, Heiko Okubo starts 16th, Mika Perez 17th, Maria Herina down in 18th position, but as I said, it's Salvador and Rabat who are going to, the two once again, look, the two Primo Pradaks are starting in the back. Penalties, so Lucas Salvadori, Tito Rabat starting 19th and 20th with a penalty, but that is in the pit lane as well. And the rain is just throwing it down, like absolutely throwing it. We understand it might be a 6-lap race, not a 7-lap race. We've yet to have that confirmed by race control as to what is actually going to be the distance here for the race. We've had start delayed for 5 minutes, then we've had race declared wet, then we had pit lane will open at 4 PM with a wet start procedure as well. That was at 15:54:20 on the race control messages up here in the commentary box. So we're going to see, starting for the pit lane is Tito Rabat and Lucas Salvadori as well. We know that was going to happen. So we're going to have to see what is going to happen. This is going to be really bad. It's conditions very, very wet. Air temperature, that's at 20 degrees. Humidity, 69 degrees. Ground temperature at 27. But it's just the rain and the mountain areas here in Tuscany that has just hit the floor. And there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. It's a really strange situation, a really bizarre run around here on the track. But we're coming up then to the start. Just been given 30 seconds. The red flag's ready as well with the 2 flag poles as well. Let's see what we're going to have here then for race 2 of MotoE here. 30 seconds to go. Red flag is ready at the front. Wet race in MotoE. What could possibly go wrong? Rain is literally hammering it down. I'm surprised they haven't just stopped the race before it even starts. We're going to have a standing start in the worst conditions I've seen in many a year. Red lights coming on with the green flag in the back. MotoE's second race is go! Everyone lights up the tyres as well. The spray is immediate, but great start. Once again, from the 3 of Randy Kumanaka. He's going to have the inside line down towards turn number 1. Coming on the outside, it's Cassidy who gets the lead. Ferrari down to second position. Everyone just tense as they come into San Benito. And it's all like they're just sitting up. It's the slowest I've ever seen motorcycles move. The amount of water and spray is unbelievable. It's a 6-lap race. The first lap was already been completed. That's because it was an additional sighting lap. So this is already lap 2 of the 6th race that we've got coming in according to our driver trackers. As the field come in for the first time into Maserati and the Borgo San Lorenzo. The amount of water is unbelievable. If this was in Moto3, Moto2 or even MotoGP with the higher power cars, bikes, they wouldn't be racing. Because it's an electric, it's a lower speed, they've gone out there, but this is not looking good. There is rivers and puddles splashing everywhere as Matteo Ferrari looks on the inside, coming in towards Acquabiata 1 and 2. There goes, is that Manfred? Yeah, on the inside of Kumanaka as well. That's a good little move there on the inside line. But this is looking absolutely, I don't want to say impossible, but it's being proved possible. Matteo Ferrari has the position as we come into Scarpira, into Paglio as well. So Cassidy now down to second. Matteo Ferrari has the lead, but they're all going all over the place. Time is yet to catch up. There we go. Matteo Ferrari leads this race and across over the second sector point. The whiz of the electric engine and the bike's battery power keeping up in the background as everyone just struggles for grip. They're going outside, they're going inside line. Really strange position to try and find out where is best as well. Into inside. This is on board with Jordi Torres. He's in 8th position at the moment. He's throwing over with Mantovani in 7th position on the braking zone. Once again, there's the 81. Trying to have a little bit of look. Manfred in 7th position. Everyone going wide as we come into the bouquet in turn 15. Absolutely mental. Lap 1 has been completed. It is Matteo Ferrari who has pulled out a 6/10 gap through the wall of spray. Cassidy second. Granado up into 3rd position. He's now attacking Cassidy on the way towards turn number 1 in San Benito. If he can find a way through, that is. And the rain's got heavier. The rain has got significantly heavier at turn 1. We are watching literal rivers cross the circuit. I wouldn't be surprised if the red flag were to come out, if we see hands go up from the riders as well. Up the inside there goes to 34. That's Kevin Manfred. Up into 3rd. Is it 4th? Is it 3rd? I can't tell him. I don't think he's past Cassidy. I think he has. A lot of water then coming through at the San Lorenzo corner as well. That's coming out of Luco and Pogo Secco. Now there's into Maserati at 4, then San Lorenzo at 5. And again, there's a lot. Oh no, down! And there goes Miguel Pons. Pons has crashed out at San Lorenzo, and that's the first one to go off due to the track conditions. The front dipped away as soon as he tried to get the power up down at turn 5. That's at San Lorenzo. He's got it back up, so maybe he can restart as well. And he has, I think, got the battery restarted, but Miguel Pons has crashed out. Rider okay. And this is just getting a little bit of a nightmare situation. Up the hill then, Ferrari leading this one. 5 laps to go, 1 lap 2 of this. Well, actually, is the timing tower's frozen? Have the timing towers frozen? Because we're now seeing the wrong orders. I think the timing, yes, it has. Timing tower's glitched. They still show us lap 2 of 7, not 5 to go. So the timing towers don't even know what's happening here at the moment. It's a 6-lap race. We've got 5 to go. Right. Leaves the timing tower to try and rejig itself. It's showing the correct order at least, but not the correct number of laps. And and Miguel Pons has now rejoined the race. That's good to see. So Miguel Pons is back in the race. As there's a lot of spray again coming to the last corner at turn 15 as well through the bush, the bouquet. I've called it the bush as well. Oh, this is looking great stuff for Ferrari. He's the first one to meet the conditions, and he's just coasting it through the corners. He's got clear visibility ahead of him as well. There is now a literal river across the pit entry line as well. And here comes Kevin Manfred to the outside of Eric Granado. 2:16s we're doing 1:47s in the race earlier on today as we see Eric Granado up into second position. Manfred trying to go on the inside line. Can he do what happened this morning with Mantovani? No, he can't. He just about steals with Eric Granado, who's going to hold around the outside line, coming into the braking zone as well for turn 2 and 3 at Luco. And Ponsegia, nope, not going to work there. Kevin Manfred, though, fastest one on the track right now as well, and that is a 2:15.852, and he is in second position, chasing down Matteo Ferrari as we come back through turn 4 at Maserati into 5 at Borg San Lorenzo. And it just seems to have been okay. So, all looking good then. Jordi Torres, he's behind Mantovani, who's in 5th position. Spinellio's passed Hector Garzo. So, that's up into 8th position as Manfred's desperately trying to look for a way through on Ferrari now as well. He's into Acquabiata we go. He's looking to the inside and the outside, so he wants a position. He's hunting around for it as well. Up the hill we go then. Lot of water out on the track right now. I'm just looking at the tyres into the braking zone. It does look like they're almost like on ice. It's like they have ice skates as well, and just cutting into the surface of the water to try their best. There's water now in front of the tyres as well. Now usually it displaces underneath, but there's actually water being displaced right in front of the tyres on the bike. That's not great news. So the spray is hitting it, so tyres having to work double. That's why they're all trying to dive out of the way of the spray. They don't want to see this happen constantly with the water. Getting worse out there as well. Third sector, I think, is the worst affected. Third and first sector, a lot of spray. As they come into the braking zone, the top 4 still together. Throw in as well the number 9 of Mantovani, who's out in the last corner. He's slowly catching him up. Our race winner from earlier on this morning. What a different 2 races we've had this morning. Bright sunshine, dry, lovely and hot. This afternoon it's wet, it's slippery, it's miserable, but it's still quite warm out there. As we said, humidity is 69%, ground temperature 27, air temperature is at 20 degrees, so it's still quite nice and warm. So at least the riders are getting cooled down. As around the outside, that's Granado taking second place back from Kevin Manfred as well. Cassidy's rejoined this little fight up there. So is Mantovani. 3 laps to go then here as they fly through. Oh, little bit of a twitch there from Ferrari. The rain's getting heavier. It's now, I can see it on the screen, coming down as visible as at the inside. Garzo takes the lead away from Ferrari. And now Ferrari's going to try and cut back round the outside. Hasn't worked out coming through the San Lorenzo. So Ferrari's championship to Torres only 8 points, but he's got back in front. Garzo slow at the exit, Ferrari back in front, using a bit of extra power. And there's a lot of spray now. I'm very surprised we haven't stopped the race, to be fair. This was a normal MotoGP. they would have red flagged this. And at the inside, there goes Manfred trying to pass Garcia. Second and third quite close together as well. And can he take Ferrari on the inside? That could be out of 2. No. Manfred takes second position away from Granado, who got a penalty this morning and dropped back at the earlier start. Into the braking zone. There's the 81. That's Jordi Torres. Spinelli's right behind him. So they're all closing up on this little gap now. Everyone just trying to survive this race. 3 to go. Our timing tower seems to think there's 4 to go. It's not. Race got cancelled a lap due to the extra sighting lap we got put in because of the... They haven't run in wet conditions so far this weekend, so they had 2 sighting laps to the grid. And he can't recharge these bikes, so an extra lap was taken off the race. A lot of spray now in third sector. A huge amount of water in that last corner as we all hit the brakes as well. Manfred just holding on. He's been passed by Granado. And Cassie trying to come up the inside. Granado's got now been dive-bombed by Manfred, but Granado takes it back. Ferrari leads as we come across the line. 2 laps to go. If they could just hold on for 2 more laps, it'll be a very great race. 1, 2, 3, 4 together across the line, separated by around about 0.2 of a second. And it's 4 abreast. It's towards turn 1. Granado hits the front. Ferrari going to be under pressure here as well from a slow-stopping Cassidy, who takes over from Manfred. Granado leads. Ferrari looks behind him. And now, because on the inside, there goes Cassidy being passed by Manfred. Spinelli passes Jordi Torres as well. And it is just getting a little bit madness now. I'm surprised they haven't. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, sector 1 and 2. Why? Oh, it is. It's our Joe Mantovani, our race winner from this morning. And his bike's perfectly stopped in the gravel trap. That's really bizarre. So he's crashed, but the bike's set up right. So that's at turn 3. So Mantovani's out of the race, but he's perfectly okay. So our race winner from this morning having a bad luck this afternoon as they come through. Riders now sitting up. I think the conditions are getting a bit too worse. Up the inside, that's Manfred now passing Ferrari. Granado might have this race win, but the conditions are getting a little bit too bad now. And Miguel Pons down into 18th position. Don't know what happened to him. He's dropped right back down the order as well. As they come down, literal rivers now in the braking zone. I'm not enjoying this one bit. And what's happening now? Because I'm just being informed we've got another yellow somewhere on the track. Looks to be okay to me. Manfred up to second position then. That's somebody scraping down, I can hear in my ears. Yellow sector 3. And I think it's Alessio Finelio. I think Alessio Finelio has crashed. Yes, yeah, Finelio's crashed out. So that's another one down. Yellow in 1, sectors 1, 2 and 3 now. Oh, and Cassidy, big one, huge one. Cassidy, a huge one, bike destroyed. Yellow all sectors. Now this should automatically trigger a red flag, and that will put Torres, Ferrari and Garzo 1 point between them. Finelio's crashed out. Cassidy's crashed out in a huge one, bike destroyed. One lap to go across the line. Last lap. Granado leads a lap. Manfred second. And Matteo Cassidy down to 10th position. He's crashed turn 14. Yellow sectors 3 and 4. Ferrari's crashed. Matteo Ferrari's. Is that true? Yes. Is it? No, I can still see Ferrari. System's going haywire up here. That is, I think, well, he's saying Ferrari's crashed, but I think I can still see Ferrari in 3rd position. Timing towers are going haywire up here. The systems are now getting like waterlogged. And we've got a red flag. Red flag to stop the race. Look, the hands have gone up. The conditions are worsening. And the last lap, they got 2 worse. The systems have started to bug. We can't tell who's out. Huge crash as well for Cassidy. He's okay. Bike destroyed. Yellow all sectors. Weather getting worse. And the correct decision to red flag the race. Well, where do we go from here? Well, we've got 1. The race was stopped in the last lap. So it's not 2 to go as our timing towers are showing. This is a red flag on the last lap, and the race will not be restarted. The race will not be restarted. So by my calculations, Eric Granado should have won that race because it was completed after 5 laps. The race was stopped on lap 6 of 6. The race won't be restarted. It can't be. So 90% has been completed. No restart, confirmed. 2/3 distance complete. Pons into the pit lane. Eric Granado wins race 2. Kevin Manfred is second. Matteo Ferrari is third. Nicolas Spinelli is fourth. Jordi Torres in fifth. Hector Garzo is sixth. Randy Kumanaka goes in seventh. Mikia Perez is eighth. Alessandro Zacconi ninth. Kevin Zanoni as well in 10th position. Lucas Salvador is 11th. Kubo is 12th. Rabat 13th. Herrera 14th. Pons 15th. Out of the race, Cassidy, Finelio and Mantovani, and the race red flag due to incident turn 14. Well, the weather conditions were getting worse. Our systems were going haywire. The correct decision to red flag the race. And it means Eric Granado takes race victory here at Mugello in the Italian Grand Prix of MotoE. What a race weekend we've had. Red flag out. The race will not be restarted. Your top 3, Eric Granado, Kevin Manfred and Matteo Ferrari. We will be back for MotoE action at the place where the series began, in the Sachsenring, in the German Grand Prix, in just 7 days' time on the Saturday. Thank you very much for joining us. German Grand Prix next weekend. Let's see what it does. Bye-bye.